Hello, Kerbal This is my tutorial on Rendezvous. I have another video on docking, which should follow this. Alright, so there are a couple methods for docking. The one I'm going to show you today involves using a smaller orbit to catch up with a larger orbit. The other methods are faster, that you can dock in just one orbit, but this method is a little more precise and easier for a lot of users. So here we go. First thing you want to do is match inclinations. If you already know about this, you can fast forward the video a little bit. And I'm going to put a maneuver node at this ascending node. Ascending node, descending node are where the orbits cross, as you can see. And that number tells you how much the difference in angle is. So we're going to pull it down a maneuver node, and you see the orbits now approximately match. See, it's not exactly matching, but I prefer to do this a little bit by hand, and I will show you that. So let's head toward our marker and stop. And I'm just going to kill this node. I don't need it for this. So just need to find out which marker I was using, which actually makes sense. The normal marker with the little lines next to it is the south normal, which obviously when I cross this I want to push down south. So what I need to do is get here and get close, but not exactly, and slow down, and I want to just start burning, and I'm going to watch this. If it hits 0 or if it gets too far away, I want to stop. Alright, it's a little too far away. So let's get closer. And stop. You don't want to cross this. But if you cross it, you're not going to be able to do this quite so well. So, now we're going to get closer and stop. And burn a little more. Oh, alright. This is an exact match. Technically, if it says nan, it's an even better match. It's not always possible to get a nan, but I'm going to quick save and see if I can. I'm going to burn a little closer. I'm going to burn a little bit more. Boom! Nan. Alright, so that is such a perfect match that there's no crossing. It's just, yeah, whatever. This will jitter around a lot because the match is so perfect. We're just going to ignore that from now on. So our next step is to catch up. And if you aren't in a smaller orbit, you'll want to get in a smaller orbit. Explaining how to do that, you should already know how to do that, hopefully. You'll need to burn prograde at one side and prograde again another side to match orbits. That is not the subject of this course. So we are now going to burn until we've catched up. Preferably being cut up means you'll be right behind the target, mostly tangent to the target. So like our target's here, you'll want to be here, but I'll wait till, I'm not going to go that far because I want to use a maneuver node for that. So that's getting pretty close. So we'll drop a maneuver node, burn, and there's one thing, but that's not, so here's one target, here's another target. Prefer to have two. So let's burn a little harder. So you got these two, they're really far away, you see? You can burn harder, and they don't get really any closer. You can burn softer, they stay about the same distance. The point is to change when you burn. So I'm going to grab this. You can actually be careful though, make sure the circle's highlighted. If the triangle's highlighted, you're going to be moving the triangle. So I grab the circle, move it around until we find where to burn. where to burn is right here. As you can see, these markers are really close. I could then, sometimes I'll overdo this for setting up these markers in case my orbits are really elliptical. And then I can pull it back because I don't want to overburn, because overburn just means you have a lot more velocity to change. Pull this back. Definitely need some tweaking now, but in general, this is where I want to burn. I'm just going to tweak this a little bit. 8.1. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Can't get much better than that. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to actually make it not quite so good. I like to demonstrate. So, this is where we're going to burn. And I'm going to fast forward time until we get closer. I'm going to quick save just to be safe. And at about 5 seconds or so, I'll burn that burn. Get right on the thing. Fast. Oops. Burn it. Once you've got somewhat of a crossing, you can actually kill that maneuver node and just watch it. Get closer. See, I'm burning slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, 0.9. Could get it a little closer, but I'm going to stop there. So, we're going to fast forward time, quick save. And when we get close, I'm going to point toward the target retrograde. This is the target marker. This is target prograde marker. That points toward the target. That points your relative velocity to the target. So if we want to, this is our relative speed. If we want to kill all our relative speed, we got to burn to there. I prefer to push that onto the actual negative target marker. So I'm going to burn up actually up here. And that'll assure that we're exactly going toward the target. Because our velocity compared to the target and the target need to match. As you notice, I'll push this closer. I'm going to push this, watching this, never going below 0, of course. Push that onto there. Now, I'm going to wait a bit closer. Push that. I'm going to push that back. I'm just going to burn closer. I just burned 0. We're pretty darn close. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's close. Now, for learning to dock, follow my next video, and I will link that in the description. Thank you, and have a wonderful flight.